Welcome, everybody, back to the Metal Command podcast. Tony here with you. And, of course, on my show here for another interview is George Call from the band ASKA. The band, the newest album, Night Strike, was in the top 20 albums of the year list for the show for 2024. And, of course, has a lot of great stuff coming up, including a new record deal with Bravewords Records, a new video that will be coming out. So we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about, man. It's great to always have you back on this show, dude. It's always a blast having you on here.
I'll always come on your show, Tony, because the Metal Command, it's my kind of stuff, man. It's where I live. It runs in my blood, you know that.
Yeah.
Shows we talk about metal, love metal, breathe it, piss it, shit it. You know, everything that you do with metal, it's the same things I do with metal, and so it's always fun to get back here and cool. Chat with you.
Cool. So let's talk about this, man. You had a new album come out last year. Let's talk about this new deal you have with Bravewords Records. Let's talk about that because that's the most recent thing that's happened. And Giles spoke very highly of you, obviously about how good the band was, and you're now part of that label. So talk about how that whole thing happened and how excited are you for this?
Well, for us, it's a big honor. I like not just what Giles has done, as an A&R guy for Bravewords, but what he's done with Warlord,
Yeah.
So when, they hit us up, when it's like this, man, when Bravewords comes knocking, right? When they knock, you answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we've always been the kind of band that's very hands-on, do it ourselves, reticent to let someone else take over the reins. But in this case, we were very eye to eye with Giles musically, politically, just our ways of thinking were very simpatico. And so when they came along and sang our praises and thought that they could do something with ASKA, at that time we actually had been talking to some Greek labels that wanted to re-release some of our older music and take on Night Strike and release it at the time. And we said, we kind of, had a band meeting and just a few actually, and we decided, I think Bravewords is the way to go with this deal here. And, they were very excited to get on the ASKA train and help push us to our maximum potential. And I got to tell you, man, they've really been on the ball. They have, they've been pushing us and lighting fires under our asses. And, on the March 21st, we are doing the digital release for the album, and they've got all kinds of video content that they had us record and do, and which we'll be releasing in the days that come and follow.
Yeah.
So we're quite thrilled to be with.
And I think that partnership, you have their expectations have always, the way you read, when you read, like when they talk about working with bands, is that they want bands that are going to match that work ethic. And the one thing I think that's interesting, I did an episode on this show about scams. And one of the things that's interesting is that, I was talking about looking at a band's track record. Like if you're a band, you look at the track record of the person that you're looking to either sign with or obviously manage a band, right? And Michael, their PR guy, put a comment in there, and I think it was really, really good about you don't just have to find somebody that's had a track record of working with some really good bands, but you got to find someone that's not afraid to be honest with you. That's not going to be an ass kisser, right? I mean, essentially you got to, because that person is going to guide you. And the guys that are associated with the Bravewords label, I know Giles isn't like that. Michael definitely is a guy that's not like that. When I say not like that, I'm talking somebody that's going to tell you what you want to hear. You know, Giles and Michael are going to tell you the honest truth. And that's one of the things I do like about this record label. And I think that's part of the reason that you fit so well with them, because you are that type of dude, right? So
I think it's the only way to be, you know.
hey, everybody. Tony here from the Metal Command podcast. Again, I appreciate your support. Since 1998, I have hosted this show in one form or another, starting off in radio and now in the podcast format. Again, thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and hear on this show, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified anytime I do post a video. And if you see this program on any other form of social media, please give me a follow there. Again, I always appreciate your support.